I'm in a big mansion. There's a Lambo outside. There's a nice pool. There's 3 chicks in bikinis. I don't even take creatine. I just train hard.
All right, so today I'm reacting to Andrew Tate's workout routine. This guy has a pretty jacked physique, so let's see what he does to achieve his physique and keep it up. I'm going to just give my opinion on it and let you know if I think it's the best for building muscle or not. So let's get right into it.
You see those guys?
So 100 kilograms, not on a spinach.
Straight out of bed.
1, 2, 12,
13, 14, 15.
So why did he?
All right, so he just did 15 reps. So far, pretty good. I believe so. 100 kilograms, pretty impressive. And yeah, 15 reps, I would say that's a little more on the high end, but for building muscle, that's pretty good, right? If you can do 15 reps of that, you'll build muscle. So he's pretty valid for that so far.
So on the days I can't get someone to beat up or it just doesn't fit, then I train whatever gym I can find, and I just go for low weight, high reps, and just try and train as much as possible.
So low weight, high reps, this type of training is really good for endurance. Not the best for building muscle. Andrew Tate, he's a fighter, he's a kickboxer. When you're in the ring, you might be in there for a lot of rounds. You really need that endurance. It makes sense for him to train like this, and if you're a fighter, it makes sense too. But if you're trying to gain muscle, it doesn't make sense to do high reps, low weight. You want to do something more in the middle, right? Really low reps, but really high weight. That's going to be more for strength, and you're still not really going to build as much muscle if you kind of hit that sweet spot where it's like high enough weight, but you're doing like a middle range of reps. Not too high, not too little.
Can you kind of give someone a word of encouragement who might not be satisfied with their health and they're trying to finally take that first step towards improving it?
They should fat shame themselves because it works. You should look in the mirror and you should be disappointed. And if you
So I actually kind of agree with this. If you're not happy with where you're at, maybe you're feeling a little small and you want to build muscle, you kind of have to go through that to get to the other side. It sounds kind of harsh, but you really do have to look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, what can I fix about myself? What can I improve upon?
destroy all of them. So I'm not interested in really talking to any of them, but I thought about the coffee thing and I thought, well, my entire reality is caffeinated. Let me try life without it. And it was terrible.
Yeah.
Coffee is a gift from God. Caffeine is beautiful, as is nicotine. Ingest as much as possible. And for any doctor who says that it's unhealthy, meet me in the cage and we'll talk about health.
Yeah, so I'm making this video talking about some things I agree with and disagree with. Andrew Tate, if he would see this, he would say, you know what? If you disagree with me, come meet me in the ring and we'll see who wins. You know, fair enough, right? He trains for fighting, but if you want to train for muscle, that's a different story.
I think that a strong body is a strong mind.
Yeah.
I think that going to the gym is important for your mental health. It is for me anyway. I train absolutely every single day. I am not on any kind of steroid. I'm not on TRT. I'm not on testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah.
I'm not on any kind of pill. I don't even take creatine. I don't take protein powder. Nothing. And a lot of people don't believe that about me.
So he's kind of ripping on supplements here like creatine, protein powder. If you're trying to build muscle, you kind of want every advantage you can get. Now, he doesn't take steroids. He does it naturally. That's a good thing. But supplements, there's not much that can really go wrong with supplements. And yeah, they'll just give you an edge. And he said earlier in this video how he takes caffeine, nicotine, right, these substances, because they give him an edge. So if you want an edge in the gym and you want to build more muscle, it's okay to take supplements. It's okay to take creatine, protein powder, whatever.
So I just train hard. And I only train for maybe 45 minutes to an hour each day, every single morning. It's one of the first things I do. I wake up and I train. And what's amazing is I never feel like doing it. I never want to do it.
So he only trains for 45 minutes to an hour per day. This is a good time to train for it because you don't want to overtrain because you build muscle through recovery. He works out every day, right? You want to take rest days if you're trying to build muscle. With Andrew Tate, it's more of a discipline thing. It's really good for that, but if you're trying to build muscle, you got to let those muscles recover so they can grow.
I wake up and I have work to do. My phone's going off. I got a busy day. The Lambo outside. There's a nice pool. There's 3 chicks in bikinis chilling. They're like, hey, breakfast is ready. And I'm like, nope. I'm going to train.
Okay, so it sounds like he trains fasted. Like he doesn't eat anything before he works out. He just goes in the gym gets it done. So I think this is good if you're trying to focus on burning fat. But if you're trying to focus on building muscle, you want to have some energy in your muscles when you're in the gym, or else your body's just going to burn your muscles and fat to get that energy. So you want to have a small snack, maybe a meal, 1 to 2 hours before you go in, just so you have some energy so you can get that work done.
Don't do it. If you're afraid and do it anyway, then you're not a coward. I was scared for all of them. The purest form of competition. 9. Anyway, 2, right? You see how much rest I got? You see that? You see that one? You see that one?
Alright, so he was talking to Mike here and trying to get as much rest as he could. When you're trying to build muscle, you know, you're trying to go for hypertrophy, you don't want to rest too long. So I don't know how long he rested for, but make sure you're resting about 1 to 2 minutes. That's what research they found is best for gains.
Like it isn't there, so it's kind of mental.
And he's got a play.
Yeah, he's forcing it down and sitting between the plates.
Ah, that's at the top though. Like, surely that's not really harder.
It's the top there. So I snapped it with my thing. So, does that mean I have weak legs if I can't squat? I don't know. That's my excuse. Maybe I have weak legs, but I can kick through a bat, so.
Alright, so it looks like Andrew doesn't really train his legs, even though he's a kickboxer. I mean, I barely train my legs because, you know, I'm not really focused on that aesthetic. I want a bigger upper body. And if that's what you want, then, you know, that's kind of valid. Some people might rip on you for that. I say it's valid.
The most push-ups I've ever done in my life was in a jail cell in Stevenage. So without giving too much detail, I get arrested, blah, blah, blah. Innocent, of course. They take me down to the thing. The guy who was checking us in was some fat fuck. Real fat, arrogant police officer bullshit. And I was telling him I shouldn't have been arrested and I was innocent and everything. He goes, well, we don't often make mistakes. Just be a cunt, checking me and taking my fingerprints, all this crap. And I saw that he had the cameras for the cells in the back. So when I went to my police cell, they gave me some book, worst book I ever read. I've already done a video of that on YouTube, fucking awful. So I'd read 3 pages, 50 push-ups. 3 pages, 50 push-ups. So I did that for like an hour, and then when they took me back out, the fat guy goes, oh, Iron Man, to make fun of me. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. So anyway, I ignored him. So I thought, now I know he's watching, and he's jealous because he's fat as fuck and I'm not. So now I have to do the push-ups. So after like 3 hours of this, I'm at the point where my arms are like jelly, but I'm getting up, looking at the camera like, I'm a fucking pussy. Just pushing out these awful push-ups. I was there for 23 hours. I slept for like 6-7 hours of it. So the rest of the time it was 3 pages, 50 push-ups, staring at the camera for the fat fuck. And I guarantee today he's still a fat fuck. Officer Fat Fuck of Stevenage Police Station, you ain't got a bouquet, have you? No. Did I even go to jail? No. You failed with your investigation. You should have put me away. You should have. I was guilty, bro. You're dumb as fuck. I did a bunch of push-ups. Now I'm rich and he's still fat. So fuck you.
Alright, so he did push-ups for 3 hours straight. You're going to build muscle in the beginning of that, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, but for the next 2 hours of doing straight push-ups, I get what he was doing. He was trying to prove a point to this guy. If you're trying to build discipline and resilience, it makes sense. But if you're trying to build muscle, you're just going to slow down your progress by doing that much. So yeah, I wouldn't do 3 hours of push-ups. I've seen other videos where he says he's done like 500 to 1,000 push-ups a day, I'm pretty sure. Which, again, is really good if you're trying to build that discipline. But that's just way too much if you're trying to build muscle and you're going to slow down your progress. Alright, so we see Andrew. He's really ripping on Mike here. You know, Mike Thurston, he trains more like a bodybuilder. Andrew Tate, he trains more like a boxer. So my final verdict, if you're trying to be like a boxer, if you're trying to be a fighter, you can train like Andrew Tate. I think that'll do well for you. But if you're trying to put on some muscle, kind of look aesthetic, then I wouldn't do the high reps, low weight. I wouldn't do the 1,000 push-ups a day. I wouldn't work out every day. I would lift heavy, but, you know, not too heavy, and get a nice, 8 to 10 rep range, 1 to 2 minutes of rest in between your sets. I would take some rest days so that my muscles can recover and grow. That's how you train to build muscle. Not really like what Andrew Tate does. He's not training for muscle. That's something more of what we talk about here on my channel, so subscribe.